Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. It is the TheTranspondster coming at you in The Sims 4 with yet another speed build. Today I am building over in Del Sol Valley. I'm gonna admit it is not my favorite world to be building in, but I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually making use of the For Rent pack and these massive starter lots that are over in what would be the lower income neighborhood of Del Sol Valley. You've got your very obvious mansion celebrity area, and then your kind of downtown center area. And then there's just like this middle class suburban neighborhood, but the lots there are insanely huge and they don't line up nice with the sidewalks. This lot has literally 3 spots that you can build a driveway in a game that doesn't even have cars or garages. So it's kind of nuts, but I'm doing a little strip of, I'm calling them starter homes, but they're not necessarily guaranteed to be a starter home budget. I'm assuming because of the for rent pack that to be able to rent these homes, it won't cost you an arm and a leg to start out. So you should be able to start off a fresh save in one of these homes, I would think. I haven't personally tested it, so I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming based on the size of them, but it definitely might not be the case. And furnished, I can't say for sure. I do only furnish one of these homes fully because I do have a couple Sims that are made for that home, but the other two, I finished the floor plan and all the wallpaper and flooring, and then I put in all the plumbing features. So you've got your kitchen and your bathroom all set, ready to go. And then you just decorate from there based on the Sims that you move in. So it won't rank the best when it comes to a rental unit in terms of the furnishings and decor, but I personally like to decorate my own home even if I am renting. So I like building that way better because then it's functional for my own gameplay too, which I would love to be able to use my own save file for my own gameplays. That would be really neat. I kind of already do on a personal sense. I've rebuilt all of the worlds a few times now for my own gameplay, and I just kind of copy and paste the same save file when I'm ready to start a new family or I want to refresh back to the save that I kind of set up to be a starter save for me. It's kind of nice seeing all your hard work in fruition. I'm not gonna lie. I love seeing the Sims that I've made walking around the world instead of EA's monstrosities that we get with their high end fashion sense coming over for the welcome wagon. But yeah, I'm really excited to see where this save file ends up, even though it is going to be so far from now. That's okay though. We're in for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to share the whole process here on YouTube, so it'll be a fun experience for all of us, I hope. Anyway, this home on the far right is going to be the one that I fully furnish, the kind of green home with the siding. I stick to the same kind of siding on all the homes. I just do different colors so it looks like a nice colorful strip in LA. It's kind of what I picture when I picture suburbia or anything by the beach, really, is to be these colorful row houses. I'm sure that's not the case everywhere. These ones, to be honest, don't end up being all that colorful. I pick a brown one in the middle, mostly because I noticed the homes in the surrounding area aren't super flashy or colorful or bright, so I still wanted this to blend in with the surrounding neighborhood area, which is a goal for all the worlds that I'm building in. It's kind of why I'm selecting certain themes from around the world to build in. I'm going to admit a lot are going to be based in North America simply because that's how EA designs these worlds. There's a lot of inspiration from North American places, but I'm hopeful now that we have some more teams in Europe that we're going to get some more European worlds, because I think we need some more diversity in the game. We've gotten a couple Asian themed worlds, so it would be nice to get some more European, even Australian, even though I feel like that is, I know it's not, but I feel like it is a little bit North American feeling. I think it's the westernization of society that makes me feel that, not the actual location. I know Australia is not near North America, so don't worry. I don't need a geography lesson. I know the very basics at least. I feel like a home like this, or like a build like this, I should say, because there's multiple homes here, kind of gets me in the mood to play in Del Sol Valley. It gets me in the spirit to start out with like a struggling artist type sim, looking to make it as a comedian or a writer or a composer in the big city. I don't typically play as celebrities. It's not a feature I gravitate towards. I used to play a lot with celebrities in The Sims 3, but I feel like in The Sims 4, it's just too easy to do. It seems like you had to do very specific things in Sims 3 or work in very specific careers in order to gain celebrity status, whereas in The Sims 4 you can make a donation and earn fame, and it just doesn't seem accurate to me. I guess it kind of is, because in real life you can become famous for all sorts of things, but like I said, it just feels way too easy in The Sims, so it's something I typically try and steer clear of. I also tend to play like the more mellow homebody Sims, so even though they'll end up being authors a lot of the time, I really try to make it so that they don't get past like a 2-star celebrity at most. I don't want the paparazzi hanging around. I don't want the sparkles floating around my sim. I don't like the idea of being famous in real life or The Sims. I like the idea of leaving a mark, but not fame. I don't want all the turmoil that comes with being famous. I don't want to be the center of the spotlight all the time. I feel like you'd feel claustrophobic sometimes, like you can't breathe because people are watching your every move, and it just leaves me feeling uneasy if I had to live like that. So yeah, fame definitely is not for me. I really love how cute the interior of this home turned out. This is the only one that I decorate. It is quite small when it comes to living space, but it does have 3 bedrooms. I only have a couple here. It's actually, I'm gonna say it's a lesbian couple, but one of them is non-binary, so technically they are they them and a she her in this couple, but I created them for my karaoke bar build challenge that I did for the Discord that I'm a part of, and there was a cast challenge as well to create some Sims that would be singing karaoke at your bar. So the 2 Sims that I made for that are the ones that are set to be living here, and yeah, they're very fun and flirty and cutesy and colorful Sims, so their home really represents it. Yeah, if you can't tell, I absolutely love decorating with pinks and purples, and I think yellow tends to be a go-to accent color for me as well. So when I matched their home to the vibe of their outfits that I made in cast, this home screamed at me. I love it so much. And I love the sectional couch. I have a sectional couch in real life and I kind of hate it because it's U-shaped and it takes up so much space. And I'm really craving the openness now in my home, but unfortunately we're stuck with the couch we have. But I love the idea of a sectional, I think is a better way to phrase it, because I was really adamant that I needed to have a sectional, but now that I have one, I kind of don't care for it the same way, and I wish I got just a love seat and a sofa when it was time to do so, because now I'm just sitting around waiting for it to be time to buy a new couch, which it's currently not, so we're just gonna keep waiting. And I love that wicker egg chair from high school years, but I don't use it often because I feel like it doesn't match the vibe in a lot of builds. Or I shouldn't say in a lot of builds. I try not to gravitate towards the same decor style in all my builds. I do a lot of boho and mid-century decorating. I feel like that's very much my personal style, so it's easy for me to gravitate towards in the game as well. But I love this little changing area that I made. I don't often use room dividers, but I wanted to use this one because it fit the color scheme and all that I was going for. And then that little hanging purse shelf is actually from, I believe, the kids stuff pack or Parenthood. It is meant for a kids room, but I think it works really well at the front door here as something different than the 2 coat racks that we do have in the game to put at our front door. We need more variety for like the common everyday clutters that we have. I started to put like a little music area in the hallway, and then I realized I had 2 whole rooms to work with still, and only 2 Sims in this house that theoretically share that bedroom. So I actually made each of the second or the spare rooms their hobby rooms. So one of these Sims is really big into music production and playing guitar, so I kind of gave them a music focused room, and then the other Sim wants to be an actor, so their room is very studioized. There is a big mirror to practice acting in front of. They've got a microphone that's going to get in there, and then I set up a tripod so that they can take headshots theoretically in their office space or studio space. It's very purple because that's the kind of vibe that the Sim has going for her, but I think it suits the Sims that live here really well. You can tell the other Sim has more of the yellow color scheme going for them. I really love that we got a record player in the game, not just 1 but 2 actually in the more recent kits. It's such a nice feature, especially because records are becoming so trendy again. I mean, they have been for probably the last 5 or so years now. My partner and I were big into record shopping, so him more so than myself. I just like to get like my key people that I listen to, and I'm always willing to put mine on the back burner so he can buy ones that he finds, because he is definitely more the collector between us. I did go on the gallery just to get some laundry wall decor. I wanted something for this little hallway that I ended up turning into a laundry area, because it's something I'm trying to remember to add into my builds for the realism. I'm okay if not all my builds have laundry machines, because realistically not everyone has one in their home in real life, but for the most part I think I'm doing a good job of remembering that. And I absolutely love the decor in this living room. It looks so clean and simplistic. That TV from the Modern Luxe kit, that looks like a painting. I wish we had more options for what theme the painting was in. They're all very abstract, and pop culture. No, not pop culture. I'd say they're abstract paintings, very modern looking, and it would be nice if we maybe had some more landscape views or something toned down a bit, because I feel like people would want the picture TV look without having a super modern look. At least I think I would. I do like the modern look, but I think I'm more leaning towards the homey feel more these days, which is totally okay. I think it's part of aging. You need less of the party vibe in your space. Not that modernism is a party vibe. It feels a little bit cold to me. It's not as welcoming, and now that I have a family, I'm all about the warm, inviting feel to my home, even though I am kind of a loner and an introvert. Unless I want the socialization, then I can be a little bit extroverted. Yeah, that's how I like to utilize my space. Nice, calm, cozy, warm colors, pops of color. I think I did a really good job with this studio. I feel like it would be very clean and fashionista feeling, which I feel like I nailed. Not too much happening for the bathroom, at least not that one. That's the master bathroom, even though it is a little bit lackluster in size. At least it did get in there. I felt like I wanted a second bathroom, at least in this home, because it had the 3 bedrooms, and I know in The Sims, once you have multiple Sims living there, it's nice to have multiple places to shower and such. So I made sure that we got that. Lots of just fiddling around, trying to get the right placement of things. Oh, I forgot I actually got a Murphy bed at the end of this hallway. I didn't know what to fill that space with, and so I thought that that's perfect, because I used the 2 bedrooms for workspaces, so technically there isn't anywhere for guests to sleep. You know, if Kyle Carlson wants to come over, he can risk his life with that Murphy bed, and see where he ends up from there. Because this is the only home that I decorated the interior as though someone was living there, it's the only backyard that I add stuff to, and it's the only front yard that I add planters out of the ground onto. I do landscape the other 2 homes a little bit, but nothing too crazy, because there aren't any Sims there to maintain them, but it is something to give it a little curb appeal for the selling feature. One thing I do like about building in Del Sol is that I get to use palm trees. There's only a few worlds in The Sims 4 that palm trees fit into the landscaping. This is one of them, and I love a good palm tree. I've never actually seen a palm tree in person, I don't think. Unless, like, there's a tropical greenhouse in my city. Maybe they have one there. But I feel like it's more like a banana tree kind of thing that they've got going on there. Or like a bird of paradise kind of plant. So I don't actually think I've seen a proper in-ground palm tree ever in my life. Because, you know, I live in Canada, so that's not the climate for palm trees to grow. Even though it's been insanely hot this past month. Like, I'm talking, we had a full week where it was 113 degrees Fahrenheit, like 40 to 45 degrees Celsius. It was absolutely brutal. I didn't leave the house. I stayed in air conditioning for the whole week. I was so relieved that I didn't have to actually go to work that week. I got to stay home most of it. So, yeah. I'm just going through those other two homes and getting the basics in the bathrooms, the kitchens. Guess I ended up getting two bathrooms in this home at the end as well. They have a slightly nicer master ensuite, so I guess technically that one is probably the nicest home out of the three, even though it is only 2 bedrooms. It feels the biggest in terms of living space, and it has the modern touches that just make it feel new and upgraded. I think I also like their backyard the most. It looks the most put together, I think. So I don't know how I feel about the landscaping that I get done on that left home. I really like the flower beds that I make in front of this middle home. I get some fun blue and purple colored bushes from the romantic garden pack, so those are fun to use. I forget that we have them sometimes, so I love finding not necessarily new items, but new again to me items, I can call them. I started off with these hedges, but then I didn't know what I was going to do for that rounded bit, so that's when I decided to swap them out for the bushes. So those are the ones that I end up using. I guess it was more of a blue-yellow flower bed, and then I just put some simple white flowers underneath, and I line the pathway, and I call it a day at that. Just fiddling around with them a little bit to get them all nice and even. To be honest, I think they're slightly off. I couldn't get it absolutely perfect, but it looks good enough, I think. And then I noticed down the left side of this lot, there's these trees kind of lining the boundary line, and I thought that that would be nice to fill in the space in front. I didn't know how I was gonna divide the front lawns off for these homes, but with the trees just blocking it off from the sidewalk, I feel like I didn't have to necessarily define where each lawn ends and each one starts. So this is pretty much the end of the build. I'm just popping in some garbage cans and some minimal landscaping, outlining the homes where the foundation would be, and then I'm gonna pop the lights off for a quick second to make sure that we got all our lighting figured out. I mostly only changed the lighting in the home that we decorated the interior for. I just leave the pod lights in the other two homes. Those are something that I would say you can change out if you do go in and decorate it. You can swap out the lights if you wish, but you don't have to. I just like to do it in my builds to make it feel more personalized. Not everyone has the same light fixtures in real life, so obviously in game I try and change it up with the light fixtures, but unfortunately not all of them provide enough light, so that can be a little bit of a challenge. But anyways, I'm gonna thank you for watching here and say goodbye now. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm always open to build ideas that you might want to see. If there's a build that you want to download for your game, I don't mind giving it a shot. So let me know down below if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys. you.